Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Thanks for tuning in. Today I am going to film my makeup look. This is really my go-to makeup look, whether I'm going out for a date with Chris or if I'm, hanging out with friends. So I think this is just a really good staple makeup look. I don't love anything super heavy on my skin. I like definitely a more natural makeup look, so let's get into it. So first things first is this incredible makeup case that Chris got for me. He got it on Amazon. I can link it below. But basically it holds everything, which is incredible. It has this brush case that you can store all of your brushes, has a little clear thing to go over it to protect them. And then best part is that it has this mirror built in, which has a light and it has all different settings. So it has the bright white, it has like more of a yellow light, daylight. Also comes with this little magnifier mirror. So if you need to get up close, like pluck your eyebrows or anything. Could not recommend this case enough. It fits literally everything, like my big eyeshadow palettes. I have my skincare in here, have like all of my mascaras and stuff. And these things are movable. So like if I wanted to, I could, it's hard to do with one hand, but yeah, you could take this out and make like the sections as big as you want or as small as you want. Like I moved this one around. There were two here, so I took one out just to fit like more of the skincare stuff. I'm definitely a fan of the no makeup kind of trend that has been going on for so long, or like the clean girl makeup. So this is my take on that. Definitely don't love anything heavy on my skin. So these products I've used for so long and truly love. So let's get started. So I already went ahead and prepped my skin before I started. So for those of you who maybe don't know me, I started my career in the skincare industry and I worked 6+ years in that industry. So I have a love of skincare and just makeup in general. But the basis to really any makeup look is good skincare and skin prep. So I started already. I already put moisturizer on. I love to go in with these Luxe Unfiltered tanning drops. I did already put those on my skin and they really develop over the day. So moisturizer, and then I put those on. You can also do the reverse, I think. Either way, just love them. And you can see that this is fully empty. I just finished this today. This is probably my third or so package that I've purchased from the brand. I am obsessed with anything Luxe Unfiltered. I think I talked about their tanning mousse in my birthday vlog. Really love all of their products. Also their gradual tan lotion, their body lotion. I'm obsessed with everything that they do. They truly can do no wrong. So I'll make sure I link everything in my like to know it. So if you're looking for anything, please go there. I'll have it linked down below. Now that our skin is prepped, I'm gonna go ahead and put my primer on. I have really been loving this Fenty primer. It's their hydrating, what is it? Soft Silk Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. Obsessed with this because I feel like it's one of the only primers that I've tried that really works. Okay, so this is one of my favorite primers. And I never really used to use primers, which is kind of crazy, but I realized definitely the importance of it after, after wearing makeup for so long. I think it definitely extends your wear, obviously, but also it just makes the makeup sit so much better. So absolutely obsessed with that one from Fenty. I think they do really well with their makeup products in general. So love that one, would highly recommend. So in my day-to-day makeup, I truly don't wear a lot of heavy foundation. I typically go for like a skin tint or a tinted moisturizer, and definitely love this Elta MD one, which is so good. This is the tinted version. They also have one that's not tinted. This is really great for just every day if I'm going into the office or if I'm, on the weekends just running around doing errands. It just gives you that light base coverage, which I really love. So I really just use about a pump of this. I'll either apply this with my fingertips or with a brush. Today I'm gonna apply it with a brush. So I absolutely am obsessed with this Hourglass foundation brush. I think it is so easy to use, and also I feel like with a lot of brushes they kind of steal the product. So I found that this one doesn't do that as much. I don't know if it's because it's like because it's like the thickness of it or what, but it's definitely a brush that I would highly recommend if you don't have any that you really love using. I think it just really helps the makeup go on smoothly. Okay, so now that we have our tinted moisturizer on, I'm gonna go in and just apply some concealer. I've been loving the Hourglass concealer. This is in the shade Silk Vanish, or maybe it's the Vanish concealer and this is shade Silk, I believe. But what I recently learned is that if you have a breakout, do not apply your concealer direct to the breakout, because all that's gonna get back into the concealer and you don't want that. So a tip that I love is I put the concealer just on the back of my hand, like so, and it kind of mixes in with the skin tint that I had on the back of my hand earlier, which is totally fine because, hey, they're all going on your face. So it's easy to blend out with this other Hourglass brush. I didn't realize how much I love Hourglass, but hello. This one from Hourglass is really great. So the tip has kind of like this beveled edge almost, which really gets into like all the spots that you need it to. So really great for that. And I'll just go ahead and pick up any more product on the back of my hand. I think what's really great about having the product on the back of the hand versus applying directly from the tube itself is that you can pick up as much or as little as you want or need. I think it's a lot easier always to build versus take away. So that's a little trick that I really love and that I've learned from when I was in the skincare industry. So again, just kind of brightening my under eyes. So here you'll see definitely a lot brighter, and obviously this will all kind of blend out once I get the other products on. Oh my gosh, there's like a big bird. There's like a big bird circling outside. Anyways, so now that we have our concealer in our places, whether it's covering up any blemishes that you have, this is a great time to do that within the within your makeup steps. But definitely really just focus on the under eye area and any blemishes right now, because then we'll go in and kind of build coverage with every other product that we're gonna be using after. So I didn't mention it earlier, but definitely an important part of the skin prep is eye cream. Oh, and you can hear Ruth barking. But one of the eye creams that I've been really loving is this First Aid niacinamide eye cream. Yeah, niacinamide brightening cream. So what I love about this is that when you're applying makeup, it kind of already has a little bit of a tint. So it's really great for just brightening the under eyes and also giving you those skincare benefits. Okay, so since I am going out tonight, I wanted to apply foundation. I am a Armani foundation stan. I never used to use like a liquid foundation. I used to always just use the Bare Minerals powder foundation. If you know, you know. That's what basically I grew up on. I think to this day my mom still uses it, and that's like the only thing we would use. So converted over to the Luminous Silk Foundation. I'm sure a lot of you are already using this already, but if you're not, it is a bit pricier, but definitely worth the investment. This is my second bottle, and I think I've been using it for like 2 years, maybe longer. So on packaging in like any skincare or makeup, typically they'll have like a little jar with a number in it, and that's how long the product is good for after you open it. So just a fun little tip and good thing to know, because if you're opening product and it's been sitting in your drawer for a long time, it might be time to replace that. But this one, I think it says 14. It's really hard to read. It's so small, but just got this one recently. So anyway, so back to makeup. So I applied 2 pumps to the back of my hand, and this I'm actually gonna go in first with my fingertips and just place it in the areas where I know I definitely want to build some more coverage, like my cheeks, my nose. My nose tends to get definitely red throughout the day, so I definitely want to make sure I powder that later. But with the foundation, definitely focusing it towards the center of the face, and you can start to blend it out with your fingertips, whether it's like a pressing motion or, yeah, I feel like it's good to just start pressing that in. let's first actually, let's use our beauty blender. I'm gonna pick up the product on the back of my hand, what's left, and then with the beauty blender, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend in what I placed with my fingertips, and then just kind of even that out. The tip with the beauty blender, always make sure that you wet your beauty blender before using it, especially for foundation. I think this really helps with the application, and make sure that you're not like picking up all the product that you just laid down on your skin. Okay, so now that we have a really good base, I feel like I'll just go in and make sure that if my ears are showing, I make sure that I put any product on there. Make sure that there's no, you know, crazy lines from your face to your neck, making sure that it's all one seamless color. So my Armani shade is 5.25. It matches my skin pretty well, I would say. But yeah, I think it's always important to make sure that your face and neck are the same color. I know growing up, my face was probably orange, my neck was like Casper white because, you know, what were we doing back then? But anyways, okay, so I'm actually gonna go in and add a little bit more concealer just under the eye to brighten it up a bit, because now that we've applied our foundation, it's definitely, I feel like I just need a little bit more brightening. And again, just go in with my brush, keeping it really close to the corner of the eye. So definitely have more of that brighter under eye look, which I love. If you like more of just the center of your face to be brighter, then you can apply concealer to, you know, between your eyebrows, on your chin, to really bring those features forward. I really just focus more on my under eye. That's just my personal preference. But okay, so now that we have a really good base, let's go in and start contouring. So with my concealer, I'll go in and just kind of sculpt out like lower. So I'll sculpt out here with my concealer. So the lighter color obviously will go below, so closer to your chin. And then I'm gonna put my contour shade above, like on my cheekbone, or a little bit above it actually. And the contour that I love, which you will see I have used to death, is the Patrick Ta Duo. Obviously very well loved. I probably have to get another one of these because, I mean, I definitely have to get another one of these because it's so well loved. But I take this contour shade, and this is so easy to use. I never really used to contour, or I would use the Charlotte Tilbury contour stick, but I found that kind of like, it dries out if you let it sit on your skin for too long. So I really love this one because it's more of like a creamy, it's more of a creamy consistency. So I will hit the high points of my forehead, obviously my cheekbones like you saw, and then under my chin, just to give me like that chiseled look, which we love. You can also take it on the sides of your nose. I just do this really lightly, and then into your eyes. So I learned this trick from Makeup by Kelly Ann. She is an incredible makeup artist. She's based in New York now, but I actually did her Back to Basics class before she like blew up, and learned so many good makeup tips. I feel like a lot of the things that I do now, I can attribute to her. But definitely have picked up just a lot of things. I feel like on TikTok, whenever you're scrolling, you always see someone doing something new, which is so fun to try. I think it's always fun to try new things because you never know what's gonna work on your face. Oh, and I'm just blending out the contour with this same Hourglass brush. So I kind of do a mix of like pressing in and also just like blending up and out. And then for my cheeks, pressing in. But like I was saying, so it's really fun to try different trends on TikTok because you never really know what's gonna look good on you until you try it. I feel like there's a lot of trends out there that, hey, give it a try. If you like it, that's awesome. If it's not for you, it's a trend for a reason and it might go out. So who knows? Just give it a try. Okay, so I'm just gonna press a little bit of the product into the back of my hands just because I just blended out all of that contour. So it's gonna be like a little bit of a deeper color. I'm gonna bring it down my neck, just making sure again that the face and the neck are matching. I keep looking up at the screen above, and I also have a mirror below because I wanna make sure that I'm like not looking like a crazy person. Now that we blended in the contour, let's go ahead and just bring these lighter shades down. And again, this, you don't have to do this step. I just like to do this because I think it creates a little bit more of a sharper like contour. But again, we'll go in and make sure that this is all blended and still looks really natural, because that's the end result that we want. We want something that looks really natural, is blended, and looks like your skin, but basically better. Okay, so now that we have our contour done and we have our base on, I feel like this is definitely a really good start, and I'm not gonna go too much further because I definitely, like I said, I really love that natural look. Okay, so as I mentioned, I definitely like to focus my foundation more towards the center of my face, because as the day goes on, I notice my nose tends to get red, or it comes through in the makeup. So a great thing that I've started doing in my regimen is adding powder. Also was never really a powder girly, but here we are, we're growing up. Love this one size turn up the base powder. It's actually a foundation powder, so it will add more coverage as well, but this is in shade 1R, and love this really more so for the center of my face. So I'll take it and just on my brush pat it into the areas where I want a little bit more coverage, but also just the areas where I really want to make sure my makeup stays. Like I said, again, the center of my face is where I kind of have the most issues with my makeup staying throughout the day. So I'll center it towards there. I don't really love a matte look. I really love a lot of glow within my makeup. So I'll keep the outer perimeter of my face as is and really just focus this powder in the center of my face. So tip of my nose, and we can do a little bit between the brows. Okay, so next up, love this Ilia cheek tint. It is like this creamy, beautiful consistency. This color is the At Last color. Absolutely obsessed. It's like more of a mauve-y color, which I tend to go for when I'm doing any kind of lip or cheek colors as well. So I apply with this e.l.f. brush, which I think I got this recommendation from Julia Havens. If you follow her on YouTube or Instagram, love her. This brush is so good for not only just blush, but really just foundation in general. I think it actually might be a foundation brush. And again, this color, it's just super natural. It gives you that like sun-kissed look, which I love. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Just go in and add some more. And again, I think it's really important that you're applying this to the back of your hand versus going with the product straight to your face, because it gives you more of a chance to, you know, add more if you want it. Because again, it's a lot easier to add than to take away when doing makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Anastasia brow. Okay, so I don't love like a super pushed up brow look. I like kind of like a mix. So I'll try to get like the front hairs pushed up, but then kind of sweep them out like this. So up and then sweep them out. Up and out. Rather than like that straight up everything kind of look. I go back and forth with brow products. I feel like this one I tend to always go back to. Definitely also like the Kosas brow gel that just is in like that little pod. That's also a good one for like day to day. Okay, so if you are like me and don't love a lot of heavy eye makeup, the Makeup by Mario Neutrals palette is probably gonna be your best friend, because I love to use this for honestly any makeup look that I'm doing. I really just take like all the neutral shades and I use them together, separate, mix them, you know, it depends on the day and how I'm feeling, but I absolutely love this shade. for more of like an all over color. So I'll pick it up, pat it into my eyes, and then just kind of spread in like that crease of your eye. And this especially for blue eyes, I feel like it's kind of like a bronzer shade almost, which if I'm in a rush or if I don't want to use that many products, I can also use my bronzer, which I tend to do a lot. But this is just a good like mix up. So just again, you can just kind of mix those shades and then press them in and do a little sweeping in the crease. And that'll really just accentuate your eyes. Even just like those neutral colors, it's amazing what they'll do. Like you can see my eyes are definitely. So also in this palette is like this white shade, which sometimes I will use for like the corners of the eye. And again, I'm using the same brush that I just used for my eyeshadow. That just gives a little bit of a subtle brightening. This palette really does it all. So this deeper brown shade I'll take and use for a faux eyeliner. I have been recently loving more of a brown eyeliner versus like a black for me, just because the black feels a little too sharp for like every day and even nighttime sometimes. But the trick here is from the center of your eyeball out is where your eyeliner should be. Again, learned that from Kelly Ann. So that's what I do, just because she says it. So again, center of your eye, and just blend this out. I'm trying to do this while also looking in the mirror, but hopefully I don't look crazy. So I'll do the other eye. And shadow is really great because you can go in and kind of correct any of your mistakes. Like for example, I just took that out way too far. So I'm gonna go in with my fingertip and just kind of press that, kind of sweep it away. So really just a very subtle eyeliner. I think it just makes your eyes pop a little bit more. You can definitely take the same brush and go into like the inside crease of your eye, like so. And it's almost so deep of a brown that it kind of looks black, but it's not as sharp, which I really love. Okay, so next I am going to curl my lashes and mascara. This is my ride or die mascara. I know a lot of people say drugstore mascara is where it's at, and definitely have loved the L'Oreal Telescopic in the past. But once I found this mascara, it's the Thrive, what is it? I think Thrive, yeah, Liquid Lash Extensions. This mascara, let me tell you, it does not move. Like, it is so easy to take off at the end of the night, but during the day, it does not budge. So we love that. My mom actually introduced me to this one, and I have been hooked, let me tell you. It's also just, I feel like it works really well with everyone's lashes. Like, it makes them look like you have like little falsies on. And on the outer eyelashes, I like to just kind of take it and focus and kind of like wing them out, because I feel like that makes my eyes feel a little bit longer. Or makes my eyelashes feel a little bit longer, not my eyes. Hello. Okay, so super natural, but really just makes the eyes pop. Obsessed with this mascara. You guys have to try it. Had to grab my lip product from my bag. So favorite part is lip. So I had some Aquaphor on my lips as part of my skin prep. So just went ahead and made sure that that's really like soaked into my lips so that I can apply my lip liner. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Obsessed with this color. I know it's not for everyone, but personally, I feel like it's really close to my lip shade, like my natural lip. So I will overline my lips and connect the Cupid's bow. So this gives you definitely more of like that pouty look, which I absolutely love. So overline just a bit and then connect. And then on the bottom, also overline. And this, because it's so close to my natural lip shade, it kind of just blends in. So next up, I'm gonna add some gloss. Recently, I have been loving this Tarte Marajuka Lip Plum. This is in the shade Cherry Blossom. And I feel like with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, this goes so well. You can also just add like a clear gloss, which is also beautiful, or even a lip balm. Last step, I'm just gonna add a little bit of highlighter. I love this Tom Ford Du Soleil de Ombre palette. And I'm gonna go in and add this little highlighter shade just to the cheekbones. And it's just gonna give us a little bit more of that glow. Bring it onto the nose. And that is the final look. So really simple, great for day to day, but also really great for a night out. If you want to add maybe just like a little more shimmer to the eyes, you can definitely do that to get more of a glam look. Hope you guys love this look as much as I do. It is really my go-to look and definitely easy to do. I hope you learned some tips and tricks from this video, but definitely give it a try and let me know what you think. See you guys in the next one. Bye.